Joe Biden has launched an illegal foreign invasion of our country, allowing a record number of illegal aliens to storm across our borders.
This is volume control. What was that?
my man, he don't know how to emphasize what he's talking about, bro. That man crazy, boy. Yo, bro, we cannot make this video long, bro. This is already like 3 minutes long, dog. He wilding, bro, already, bro.
His volume control, like,
bro, he's like, you know what I'm
he
saying?
enunciates is weird.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we watching Trump right now. Like, man, he wilding, bro.
From all over the world they came. Under Biden's current policies, even though these millions of illegal border crossers have entered the country unlawfully, all of their future children will become automatic U.S. citizens. Can you imagine? They'll be eligible for welfare, taxpayer-funded health care, the right to vote, chain migration, and countless other government benefits, many of which will also profit the illegal alien parents.
Illegal aliens.
This policy is a reward for breaking the laws of the United States and is obviously a magnet helping draw the flood of illegals across our borders. They come by the...
That teleprompter is whooping his ass. Like,
whoop.
that thing.
He trying, bro. He trying.
He does a good job, bro.
Yeah, I mean, other than that's why his enunciation is off.
Because he have to say it long.
He don't know. He don't know what the punchline gonna be. Ooh. Illegal aliens come to our country.
You just see when they had the cut of when he was trying to read the teleprompter. He was getting upset. He was like throwing papers and he was getting upset, bro. He couldn't read it. You ever seen that?
I don't remember seeing that.
Oh man, we gotta put that in there, bro. That was crazy.
But to his point, do people come over here to have babies, or do they have babies coming over here illegally?
It could be.
Yeah.
If I'm in a bad lifestyle, if I'm in a bad place, and there's a risk for me to be shipped back, and I do want kids, I want my kids to have a better life, then yeah.
I do. What do they call anchor babies?
I don't know what they call.
I think they call anchor babies when immigrants come over. They have a baby, and then the law. I got a child here, then I gotta stay here with the child. Then it kind of sets you up for like fast track or gets you in the system to be a citizen. Whatever they citizen, like your child is citizen, but you get to be here.
Is he only saying like people at the border? Because I know you keep emphasizing the border, but what about the people in Ukraine though? That we let in, or people from Canada, or any other.
You know who he talking about.
Okay, we good.
You know how when they do the descriptions, they
bring
in the drugs, they bring into this, they criminals, they bring the worst.
Yeah,
they thinking of when people think of immigrants in this country, they have done a good job of making you think. They don't think about Canadians come down. They don't think about Ukrainians or Russians or any other people that immigrate. It's always. Mexican.
No, I understand.
They look at Mexican. But either way,
I was just clarifying that for the audience. You know what I'm saying?
Either way, what he's saying is unconstitutional.
And let him finish, man.
No, I mean at this point, he's basically saying even if you come here, you can't be a citizen. I mean, if you're born here, you're not considered a citizen. Which is like...
Ain't Republicans the main ones trying to always uphold the Constitution?
Yeah.
Even though a lot of our founders said, you know what I'm saying, some said 10 years, it should be rewritten. Some said 20. A lot of them said, hey, as time changed, this has changed. But the Republicans are the main one. Republicans, conservatives, try to keep things the same.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, it's in the 14th Amendment. You're born here, you're a citizen. Which I don't know what other way you can do that. If I'm born on the soil, this is my nation. But other than that, it's like if you one of these people who always Second Amendment this, Second Amendment that, then I need that same energy with the 14th. But then if you gonna say we can change it, then you gotta admit that we can change the second too. We can change anything.
These are just words.
These are amendments, which means they already amended something before. You know what I mean? So you can't have it both ways. You can't be second this, but then on the other hand, you we can get rid of the 14th Amendment.
That's let him finish, man. Let that man finish.
Millions and millions and millions. They come from mental institutions. They come from...
Let me.
Do you think they actually put millions and millions and millions in the teleprompter?
Absolutely not. Unless he wrote it. Unless he wrote and had to remember. That's the only way I think that was.
Millions and millions and billions.
Yeah, if he's reading a teleprompter, is really messing with him. Yeah. That's one. Two, I don't think he wrote it, but if he did write it, he put that in there. Somebody put like a real statistical number in there. Like he was like millions and millions.
Billions.
He had to.
He was like, I ain't millions.
You know, I don't know him personally, but he seems like somebody that would do that.
He put 1.6 million billions.
Come on,
millions
man.
And millions.
You know Captain Orange did that.
Come from jails, prisoners, some of the toughest, meanest people you'll ever see. The United States is among the only countries in the world that says that even if neither parent is a citizen nor even lawfully in the country, their future children are automatic citizens the moment the parents trespass onto our soil. As has been laid out by many scholars, this current policy is based on a historical...
I'm not sure, but I think a lot of countries do have the policy he's talking about, where even if you have a child, you're not considered a nation. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of countries do have it.
It looked like he may have been right. Yeah, in 2022, it looked like 2.7 came in.
2.7?
2.76. So he might have had a point.
In what time?
That's 2022.
Yeah. That's weird because Biden reportedly been shipping more back than he did. So I don't know if it's 2.7 coming in.
Yeah, bro, that's what it look like, boy. That number look crazy, boy.
Wee. Something's gotta give.
Something do gotta give. I ain't mad at it.
But will it be the 14th? That's the question. Will it be the 14th?
Oh, that's a good. I would like to know that too.
Yeah.
I would like to know that too. But at 2.7, if that number's right, that's a big double.
That's a crazy number right there.
That's a crazy number. That's a big double.
Unless they came in 2022, or that's like how much is risen up to 2.7.
Even in 2021, the U.S. Border Patrol reported more than 1.6 million encounters with migrants along the U.S. Mexican border in the 2021 fiscal year.
Where they going?
But that's a encounter. So I don't know.
And are they the same people?
I mean,
do they keep coming back? Like, I don't know how they work.
I don't know. I ain't gonna try to do too much on it, but that's a big number.
Yeah. We gotta look more into that.
Yeah.
Myth and a willful misinterpretation of the law by the open borders advocates. There aren't that many of them around. It's amazing. Who wants this? Who wants to have prisoners coming into our country? Who wants to have people who are very sick coming into our country? People from mental institutions coming into our country? And come they will. They're coming by the thousands, by the tens of thousands. As part of my plan to secure the border on day one of my new term in office, I will sign an executive order making clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic U.S. citizenship. It's things like this that bring...
Just about 15 seconds.
Making clear to federal agencies that under the correct interpretation of the law, going forward, the future children of illegal aliens will not receive automatic U.S. citizenship. It's things like this that bring...
Sometimes I because when he be talking about the border, he be like, he's being very disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these people are sick, mentally ill. He keeps saying the border, border, border.
Yeah.
And then when he's needed to correct it, he'll be like illegal aliens. Like illegal aliens. Even though we know what he's talking about, but he corrected at the end for like I guess the optics of it, even though he already done spilled it like messed it up in the end. He framed who he's attacking. But then he tried to put in like a thing for everybody by saying illegal aliens.
Yeah.
By saying anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to figure out why, like, what did he really mean? But of course he mean the border, but I was making sure he's trying to do both. Attack this group of people while also trying to include everybody.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sticking to include anybody from anywhere.
Yeah.
But when he do the descriptions,
you know, crossing the border.
Yeah.
He's like, crossing the border.
You know, that's that. I think Republicans and conservatives, they do a good job of
dog whistling.
Yeah, and creating that like what is it like when somebody mentions a word, you automatically think of this.
Dog
to
whistling.
The point where you don't even have to think about it. Like if I say illegal aliens,
automatically
one picture come in your mind.
Not a picture. I automatically just think like Mexico.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that, but it's just how
it's been programmed for you to associate that word with that image. So you're not thinking of like all the type of illegal immigrants.
It could be anybody from Canada coming across that border, or people coming through the ports, or anything. But the first thing we think of is
the border and them.
That's how they framed it.
Yeah. They do a good job. I don't know if
Democrats do that job too, but it's towards other things though.
Yeah. Like what? Like what's
it's like for them it's always attacking like businesses or companies, trying to always make them like
big
the
pharma.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's trying to make us like, man, we ain't even on the open market, bro. We got like we got a couple. We a $200,000 company, bro.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. It's like certain stuff
it.
like that, man.
Yeah,
they do stuff like that. They and a lot of the dog was that not Republicans, but Democrats do is towards Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
The MAGA group.
Yeah,
you know
so when you think of MAGA, you already know.
Think
they kind of did that to themselves.
Yeah, that's 100%.
So I mean,
but sometimes it's not that though.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just a Republican they disagreeing with.
Mm-hmm.
So
who just happens to say some MAGA-ish things,
or maybe not. They just saying this is a MAGA policy. Yeah, that means it's crazy. You know what I mean?
That they do.
Millions of people to our country, and they enter our country illegally. My policy will choke off a major incentive for continued illegal immigration, deter more migrants from coming, and encourage many of the aliens Joe Biden has unlawfully let into our country to go back to their home countries. They must go back. Nobody could afford this. Nobody could do this. And even morally, it's so wrong. My order will also end their unfair practice known as birth tourism, where hundreds of thousands of people from all over the planet squat in hotels for their last few weeks of pregnancy to illegitimately and illegally obtain U.S. citizenship for the child, often to later exploit chain migration to jump the line and get green cards for themselves and their family members. It's a practice that's so horrible and so egregious, but we let it go forward. At least one parent will have to be a citizen or a legal resident in order to qualify. We will secure our borders and we will restore our sovereignty starting on day one. Our country will be great again. Our country will be a country again. We'll have borders. We'll have proper education, and we'll put America first. Thank you.
So
I love it.
It's not total elimination of the 14th Amendment as long as one of your parents is a natural born citizen.
I love it, bro. I love that he did this.
Why?
That make it easy for other people to vote for him. Like you got a lot of Latino votes, especially in Florida or other places. And this is a lot. I wonder how a lot of them feel now. And I'm not saying a lot of them are, because I remember I seen one dude, he voted for Trump, and I remember they was like, he got shipped out. I was like, how you feel? I mean, it was doing his, I want to say it was in North Carolina. It was on the East Coast somewhere.
They shipped it back over the border.
Yeah. He was, I don't know if he voted for Trump, but he was a Trump advocate.
But
big Trump advocate. And
go ahead.
And they shipped him over.
The thing about it, I say about that is like Trump's, although he's saying he's going to do that, his language and his feelings about immigrants has been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see this, like if you was already riding for Trump, I don't see why this would sway you if he had already been trying to get you out.
Because at this point, now it's like an empathy thing. Because like how many, if we was to look it up, how many people are over here only because they was born over here?
Mm-hmm.
And then how many of those people voted for Trump?
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that they would be like, you know what?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't? You may be right.
Because empathy went out the door. Because like I said, he already been railing against immigrants.
But that's
this whole time. If they probably like, well, I made it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get nobody else. If I'm really riding with him and all his ideas, I already know how he feels about immigrants. And I think a large piece of his people who are for Trump are like white Hispanics, not necessarily like
Nick Fuentes.
Yeah, like it's just the Nick Fuentes and stuff like that. I don't think it's a lot of people who are like a lot of gentlemen who are getting messed over by DeSantis and what he doing down there right now who ain't showing up for work. I don't think them type of people are voting for Trump like that.
You may be right, man. You may be right. But I would love to see like a lot of the reaction that these people are having over this. I mean, when every time he speaks, bro, it's comedy or entertainment. At minimum is entertainment. There's never a dull moment with this guy because he's gonna do something funny.
Yeah.
But as far as this right here, I'm not overly tripping about it because it does not pertain to me or anybody that I really know. But I do think this
there's a couple people we know that might be out here.
We'll talk off that. That's crazy.
A couple people might
Bless
be
them.
out here. But
yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, couple people.
I think they're good though.
I don't know in this climate. I don't know who's good. Am I good? Am I good anymore? You know what I'm saying? They might be trying to get everybody out of here. You know what I'm saying? They might be repealing stuff all the way back from such and such. But but you know how I feel about, space and proper channels and stuff like that. I agree. You come over here the right way. You know what I'm saying? I'm with that. But also, if you already over here,
I think the process should be better to come over here.
All of that needs to be fixed.
Because, like, bro, I
don't think when the last time we heard them try to, like, any Republican or Democrat be like, well, maybe Democrat be like, let's work on the process. Let's improve the process.
I mean, not as hard, not as heavy as they should be.
It's always kick them out, do this, do that. But it's how can we get these people over here the right way? What's a more efficient way to get them over here?
Listen, you remember that thing I showed you about Alabama when they had created that new law? And they had got rid of all the immigrants that was down there, and the crops was dying.
Yeah,
and they had like the only person that was down there was like a black dude, and then the white dude was like, he said, "No white man gonna be able to do this." Yo,
that's
bro.
the other thing, man. A lot of times,
was it Alabama because they had the illegal searches and stuff. They was like, if we think you won, then we can just stop and
it
like.
Might have been one of them Midwestern.
It was on Vice, man. You know, RP them.
But it was that's crazy.
Bankrupt.
They was going at it too. They going to the jungles for them stores.
I love Vice too. Yeah.
It's crazy they went bankrupt. They probably couldn't afford any more of them extraditions.
Yeah, they was going crazy. They was going taking trips like.
Yeah. But it's true though that I think a lot of people don't realize how much we depend on immigrants, and like this country, like if they did leave, price of food going up.
You know what, boy?
Expeditiously. Like the price of food going up, bro.
Did you send me that thing where they were showing the people picking?
I think I did. Yeah.
It was like, what was it? Apples?
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Oranges.
And then the dude was like, if to do this job, it'd be $30 an hour. But for them, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right that they do that. And I'm not even limiting people that are immigrants or coming over here to that. Because that's something that I know a lot of people do. Like old girl that was on The View. I'm not limiting them to those things, but those jobs are like the American people, we think that we are too good for those jobs.
Right.
And if I go out there in the sun picking oranges off a tree and I got to get a certain amount, then you have to pay me.
Yeah, you have to pay me a lot.
I'm sorry, bro.
Those people, not to relegate them just to those positions, but a lot of them do take those positions because of their work or their citizens status. They keep our economy floating. They keep us floating. They make life easier for us.
There's a lot of big like stuff like during it's been like they done research on where when like it's like when we need like we'll say we off the war or something happens like COVID and stuff like that, then it's okay when they over here because they're gonna do stuff that we're not gonna do.
Yeah.
But when everything is fine, everything back on you, they do everything they can to ship them back. Like, you know what I'm saying? No disrespect, but it was an actual bill. It was like the wetback bill. And they sent people back. Some people they just put in deserts and then left them in deserts. Some people they placed in places where they're not even from. They died just trying to get back to civilization. So we do this as America. We've been doing this.
Yeah.
Like we okay when it benefits us. Just like any other thing as far as humans. If we okay when it benefits, it's no problem.
Yeah.
But at the moment when we feel like they're taking our jobs or it's framed like they're taking our jobs, when it's really other like China, India that's really taking the jobs, that's hurting us, they frame it as they're taking our jobs, but those jobs are jobs people don't want anyway.
Right. Like, jobs that you're not gonna do anyway. And I like what you said there, because the framing they have around is like the immigrants are coming, when like a vast majority are escaping situations that the U.S. helped create.
Boy,
you know what I'm saying? You know how we go in,
discussion.
You know what I'm saying? Destabilize and profit off of the drug game down there. We do that, and they trying to escape that, and then they come over here and do a lot of jobs that we don't want to do, that nobody wants to do, and also we try to blame them for the jobs loss, but who hiring them? American companies.
That's a fact.
And the company and the jobs we do have, American companies are choosing to ship them off to like places like in China, Thailand, where they can get cheaper labor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
we'll frame it as they are the ones.
Yeah.
These are like what you say. It's framing, dog whistling. These are people who are taking the jobs. They not.
So if you want, then you need to go out. We need to start going out there and doing these jobs and demanding a fair wage. If it's that important.
But them oranges going up.
The oranges going up, but that chopper can is gonna be crazy.
That's $40.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so if we gonna have to replace these jobs, then they're gonna have to up the price. They ain't gonna be able to afford to maintain that, and then it's gonna cause more problems.
And to be real, I disagree with it. I mean, not disagree. I mean, I do disagree. I disagree with all that. Like just the cheap labor. And I understand that nobody want to do it, but to take advantage of people that's trying to come over here and make a living, but they'll do it.
Yeah,
they'll do it. And I'm not. It's wrong.
It's the difficulty of it, because they can take advantage of them because of their citizen status.
That's a fact.
So it's like, and they go in there.
It's like you giving something and taking, like they both giving something.
Yeah,
like
it's quid pro quo. Well, I was fighting to get it out, man.
Bro, I'm surprised I'm doing as well as I am today.
I was fighting.
I was like, oh, I can say that? Okay.
But
I'm having a good day today.
But yeah, man, it's a difficult situation, because we need people to do these jobs, but we're not gonna do it unless the price is raised to go out there and do these jobs. Mm-hmm. But then you have these people who are willing to do these jobs and they don't get paid, nearly enough to
doing.
Yeah. So it's a shitty situation all around. But I think
you think this help or harms this campaign?
This?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mid. I think it's just,
mid.
I don't think it does much, because I will say this is more like affirmation. Like if you get me back in there,
I'm going in.
I'm going in. You know what I'm saying? My last term, I'm going in. But at the same time, he been on this anti-immigration stuff. He's been spewing all this type of rhetoric before. So whoever's with him is probably more with him after hearing this, and whoever was against him was probably just using it against him, like, okay, this man is going against the Constitution.
So if you in the middle, where are you at with that? How you think that person feels? Or you think that person is more like, well, they ain't really got nothing to do with me?
Moderates? I don't think they care. I don't think this is gonna be the thing that sway him.
I don't think it's the thing that sway, but it is like, okay, well, he said this.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be, I think this is like something you put up and be like, okay, well, he's wilding. Well, not wilding, but I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Or some people, like you say, is not gonna care. So I don't know. I thought it hurt them at first, and then you kind of changed my mind. It was like, yeah, people probably don't really care.
Yeah, I think this is just feeding his base mostly. I think this is just like giving him a stake. Like, well, I got something for you. I'm gonna put it in the executive law as soon as he get in there.
Because when I heard it, I was like, oh, he is wild. He making a clear opening for Biden. Because all Biden got to do is advocate to not do that.
Yeah.
If I'm Biden and I'm advocating not to do that, and I already have people like, say it was a half, and I was like, okay, well, he's for us.
Mm-hmm.
You have more people to.
I forgot another point I was gonna make. Illegal aliens make up a lot of our tax dollars. Like billions from they spending.
That's wild.
So like we gonna hurt in a lot more ways than one. But yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
That 2.7 you said you right. Multiply that by millions and millions and millions of dollars.
With those jobs that nobody want to do.
Yeah.
I told you, bro, when I seen that they was trying to get the farm labor people that was trying to get like the prisoners to do the jobs, and they was like, they suck. We got to come out here and watch them. We got to come out here. They don't put them in the ground. Right? Yeah. We got to tell them to do this. They just happy to be out of jail. They ain't not coming out here, but they ain't really working for anything. They really just being outside. Yeah,
because they ain't paying them.
It was like we can't hire nobody. We can't get free labor from the jail for them to actually do the job correctly.
Mm-hmm.
This is hurting us. So it was like I can't. Hey, listen, man. You know I say this often. I know y'all probably tired of me saying it, but I love the chaos. I enjoy it. I'm willing to pay $30 for a bag of oranges just to see everybody hurt.
That's crazy. I may not buy them as often.
Yeah, I'm not buying them as often. Yeah. No, absolutely not. I am gonna savor those.
Yeah.
But as far as me seeing
somebody
this,
ask you for an orange, bro.
Bro. Because I would like to see how people frame that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you frame that? The prices are insane.
You know they're gonna be like inflation and Biden and whoever president.
But we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like seeing how people are just dumb to it, right? My favorite thing to do sometimes is just watch, especially Trump supporters, get just dumbfounded by the simplest question.
Mm. Or it's like when people, you know what I'm saying, like we like the debt ceiling that's going on right now.
Did they vote for it? I thought they voted for it that day.
No, they didn't vote for it. They came to like a resolution. But
I thought they were supposed to vote today.
Oh, I don't know. Gotta check on that.
All right.
But I know the Republicans are mad at McCarthy.
The Democrats are mad too?
Yeah. Because there's like Joe Biden didn't have to make any concessions. He could have just
said he only showed them 11% of the
11%
of the stuff they had to negotiate. I was like, oh, he wild for this.
He could have wiped it out. And then Republicans like, but I don't even like that whole framing because like pay our bills, man. Like that money already spent. That ain't what this for. Like that's for the budget meeting. That's where you do that at. Like we already spent the money.
Yeah.
Like it ain't like y'all really got a problem raising the debt ceiling. Y'all just don't want to raise it for him.
Y'all this is the negotiating chip.
Yeah.
This is usually using it as a bargaining chip.
Even Trump said he wouldn't do that.
And then he said he would.
Yeah.
He said he wouldn't, and then he said he would.
He was like,
well, if I'm not president, but if I am president. Then he was like, what do you say? He said, I'll let it default. I was like, what? Do that. I'm trying to see the market drop. I'm about to get Google on a $15 tip. You feel me?
I'm about to buy so many stocks, dog.
Allegedly.
Anyway, that's all I got. So, what y'all feel about it? Do you agree with Trump's proposal for a new policy to get rid of the 14th Amendment? That's basically what they asked him to do.
Tell me how you feel about Trump and his ability to read a teleprompter. That's what I would like to know how y'all feel about that.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
It's just like his emphasis. I know, and we done tried reading on teleprompter. It ain't easy.
It ain't easy. I tell you that. Easy. It's not easy.
So I'm not saying that, but if I gotta at least know what I'm talking about if I'm gonna be in front of the whole world. But just tell me how y'all feel about that, and tell me how you feel about that policy. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it beneficial? Is it not beneficial? Is it damaging? Is it racist? Is it targeting? Is it just a ploy to get more votes? What do you think?
What do you think? Does it move the needle or not?
And hit that like button, comment, subscribe.
Refer us to somebody.
Yeah, refer us to somebody, man. Because some of y'all are getting on my nerve in the comment section.
You know they're going to have something to say about this.
And I'm going to get you.
So y'all think that they should just come over? We already said. Just watch the video, man.
Just watch the video, dog.
But anyway, I'm Darius, a.k.a. Darius Stottle.
And I'm TK, a.k.a. Soccer T.
And this was Mind the Gap.